Hello, and thank you for viewing the Aztec Nights volunteer training and information video. This video will review valuable information about the Aztec Nights program and go over some training for our volunteers. To start, the mission of Aztec Nights is to provide a vibrant campus nightlife with fun, alternative, free late-night programming for all San Diego State University students. The internal mission of Aztec Nights is to reduce consumption of alcohol and other drugs during the first month of each semester. Aztec Nights hosted 20 events in 2018 and 2019, and we are scheduled to do about the same this year in 2019-2020. 15 events were held in the fall and 5 events in the spring. Over 15,000 students attended at least one Aztec Nights event during this time, with a total attendance across all events of 74,893 students or guests. There are 3 main responsibilities that we will ask of our volunteers at Aztec Nights events. The first is to assist the event programmer with various tasks such as line management, overseeing activities, and set up or breakdown of the event. It is important to note that each Aztec Nights event will have a different lead programmer who is in charge of running and setting up that event. The second responsibility will to uphold Aztec Nights policies and procedures. Those policies and procedures include that all university policies are applicable to Aztec Nights event attendees. Attendees must be current, regularly enrolled students with a red ID card to enter events. And each SDSU student may bring one guest over the age of 18 with a valid ID at check-in. Those guests must be accompanied by an SDSU student with a current red ID card, and students are responsible for their guests at all times. Empty water bottles or sealed water bottles are the only outside beverages allowed into events. Backpacks are allowed at events occurring on Thursdays and Fridays, with the exclusion of the campus carnival occurring on Friday. Please check individual event details regarding backpacks, and your programmer will let you know if there are any special details that you may need to be aware of. By entering Aztec Nights events, participants should also understand and authorize the use of their image via photo, audio, or video. And lastly, by participating in Aztec Nights events, attendees agree to the Associated Students' release of liability statement. These policies and procedures and more are listed on our website, aztecnights.com, and specifically the release of liability information and statement is posted outside of each event. The third responsibility we may ask of you is to check in students and guests to the events. Students are checked in via presence on the Checkpoint app, which I will go over on the next slide. All check-in is facilitated on iPads. In the event that iPads or Wi-Fi does not work, we will check students' red IDs for verification to let them enter the event, and then check them out as they leave instead, and guests will use a paper sign-in form. Guests will sign in otherwise with the iPads and Wi-Fi working correctly on a Google form on an iPad. Guest IDs must be checked to ensure they are over 18. Guests must be accompanied by a current student, and guests should receive a stamp when being checked in to ensure they have been checked in properly. Lastly, our graduate students, American Language Institute, and exchange students will also sign in on a Google form. These students will also receive a stamp to ensure they have been checked in properly. Further on how to check students into events, we're going to go over the Presence and Checkpoint app. First, you will type in the password for the Aztec Nights iPad, which is 210-210. If you are using a different iPad, the lead programmer of your event will let you know and have those details of the password. Once you're logged in to the iPad, you will click on the Checkpoint app, pictured to the right. If you are using another phone or device, you can always easily download the Checkpoint app from your app store. From there, you will type in the 4-digit presence PIN number that is unique to each event. It is important to note that these presence PIN numbers will start working 1 hour before the event start time and no sooner. Once you've typed in the PIN, you will begin typing red ID numbers in manually. If the entry is successful, you will see the student's name at the bottom left. If the manual entry does not work, the individual may be a graduate, American Language Institute or ALI student, or exchange student, or a guest. Please have them sign in via the Google form on a separate iPad. Additionally, we want you to be aware of our security procedure and plan in place. Our security plan at Aztec Nights includes hiring elite security staff at every Aztec Nights events to conduct bag checks, guard exits and entrances, and provide general security assistance. SDSU Police Department has also been aware and notified of our events. They review all of our events to determine which may require their extra presence. The following events will have SDSU PD presence, including Templo del Sol, the Red and Black Welcome Back Dance, and the Campus Carnival. SDSU PD is aware of all of our events and will include these other events on their patrol route as well. If there are incidents that happen at the event, this is our protocol to address those. All Aztec Nights staff are the main point of contact for any incidents or emergencies. Staff will be designated in uniforms, including an Aztec Nights shirt and jacket that denotes their staff identity. If an incident occurs that is related to property damage, such as vandalism, theft, over-intoxication, fights, etc., please notify the Aztec Nights staff member nearest to you, and they will complete an incident and/or property damage report form. If there are injuries that occur on campus, staff and employee injuries should be reported through HR. Non-employee injuries should be reported to an Aztec Nights staff member and recorded on the non-employee injury illness report form. Lastly, if 911 or emergency responders are called to an event, please notify the most immediate staff member and manager present, and we will take care of that the best way possible. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video, and even more for spending time volunteering at Aztec Nights events. We really appreciate your dedication to the university.